Hello, my friends. Happy Thursday. I'm sorry, I'm a couple minutes late. I don't know how the last 30 minutes got away from me, but they did. So I have no plan whatsoever for today. So, yeah, it should be interesting. I'm hoping I can do this quickly. No plan whatsoever. Gonna get rid of my voice here. There we go. All right. Oh, I can't see comments. Why can't I see comments? Oh, there we go. So I know it's early for you guys. I know this time isn't as good as the 2 o'clock, and I apologize. I might be kind of revamping how I go about things in the future, but for now, this is the way it's gonna be for the moment. But I had to go to I had to go to Plymouth today for an appointment at like 9 o'clock. So I just ran back into the office. I was trying to tidy up my desk because I left it a mess, but I'm here to do a little stamping with you. And I just got my paper pumpkin, so I figured I would share that with you. It is the newest one. Sorry, I was just taking a sip of a drink. It is the newest one, and I think it has a fall theme. So last time we had a paper pumpkin and I did a little scrapbook page. You guys seem to really like that. So that's what I'm going to try to do on the fly. So totally no plan whatsoever. So hopefully I can make this happen. We'll see. So I'm going to turn this around and get into it because I do have to be at work at noon. So I'm going to have to go a little quick. Hopefully my creativity is with me today. I'm going to try and get you guys straightened out. All right, so let's take a look at the kit first. How many paper pumpkin subscribers do we have? This is a great little monthly treat for yourself. So like I said, this one is fall themed. So we've got the stamp set and the ink. So the ink is Cajun Craze. And if you're a paper pumpkin subscriber, you will not get a repeat ink spot for 12 months. So they do 12 months of different inks. So you'll get like a good little collection of these little stamping spots, which I don't love stamping with them, but they are really handy when you're traveling. And it's really nice to kind of have like little sample colors, so you can see if you really use one. Like Cajun Craze, if I'm honest, I don't really use this color much at all. So this is probably not one I'd want to invest in if I wasn't like an avid stamper like I am. I have all the colors. But like when I was first starting out, this would not be a color I would pick. But to have the little ink spot is fantastic, right? Especially this time of year. So then we've got some stamps. We've got some leaves. I don't know. It looks like a duck head. That's weird. I don't know what that is. That is very bizarre. Then it says, thinking of you. Maybe it'll make sense in a minute. Sending autumn wishes your way and with thanks. Yeah, it still looks like a duck head. I don't know. Maybe it'll make sense once we get in here. So this is kind of the fun part. Every month it's a surprise. So look at how pretty. So exciting. It's a surprise what you're going to get, which I kind of like. I know some people really don't like that part of it. They want to know what it is before they get it. But I always figure, you know, a lot of people will be like, oh, well, I don't want a coffee stamp set because I don't drink coffee, or I don't want fall cards because I don't make, you know, I don't send fall cards or whatever. But you got to think about your recipient, right? So who wouldn't want to get like a cute little card like this? They're really cute and they're thank you cards. So as far as like the coffee cards, like I didn't end up getting the new coffee bundle because I just didn't make the cut, not because I wouldn't use it, but I have lots of friends that do coffee and pumpkin spice and hot cocoa. So it's always important to remember that even if you don't like a particular kit, it might be the perfect thing for somebody on your card list, or it might be the perfect thing for an outing, like apple picking or something like that, if you wanted to turn it into scrapbook pages. And that's what I'm going to try and do today. Hi Deb, hi Diane. Is to do a little scrapbooking with our paper pumpkin kit. I did this with the last one and you guys seem to like it. I've noticed that they started putting little stamp artwork in the paper pumpkin kits now too. So you actually have the like the stamps here so you can kind of see what they are a little bit better. And does that or does that not still look like a duck head? I really don't know what that is. So we'll hopefully figure it out when we're stamping here. All right, so this is the cards, and you do have like a little instruction sheet. It's full color. It's not like super in-depth as to how to put everything together, but it's there, so you could make it work. But like I said, I'm gonna try and do this as a scrapbook page. But what I do like to do when I use my stuff for scrapbooking, I do usually like to make at least a set or two of the cards. So, what was I just looking for? I was looking for, oh, how many? So 3, 6, 9. So I'm going to save 2 of each design for actually making the cards. Sorry, my brain is all over the place because I was trying to think. All right, so I'm going to just kind of set these out. Whoops, and I just pushed something off my table. And we're going to, is that the little ones? Yeah. Then these go with this. And then these must go with this. So 1, 2, 3. And then what else do we need? Usually it actually, wait a minute. Well, I guess not. Usually it kind of really spells out what you need for each one, but this one doesn't seem to do that. So we're gonna just grab, I love this. Look how pretty that is. I'm gonna set these aside. We're gonna need the little mushroom, it looks like, for this card. I'm just looking by the end result here. So we're gonna need the mushroom. We're gonna need the snail. I think that's all we need from this. So I need a mushroom and a snail from this. I like to kind of categorize everything out first, so I make sure I have everything and I make sure I don't mess up by putting the wrong thing in the wrong spot. So I'm gonna do this. Snail and mushroom. And this is just so that I can make the actual cards later. So I'm going to do 2 of the actual cards, and then I'm going to use the leftover parts for my scrapbook page. So then it looks like we need one of these for this project. And then one of these. Lots of little die cuts and pieces for this. I didn't even really show you. You're kind of seeing them as we go though, which I need to put them more on screen, I think. So we got this sheet of goodies. And then last, oh, we needed one of those wood pieces too. So this was the other sheet. So we need this piece here too for that. I should have done this before I started the video, but that's okay. And that. And then last but not least is this little greenery. So that's all the stuff I need for these cards. So let's just pull this part out. And then I'm going to just set 2 of these aside so I can actually make the cards. So I'm just going to pick these up, put those aside. So that's so I can make the card. Now we're going to go ahead and separate out the next one. This one I'm going to put to the side because I'm going to have this stuff as fair game for a project. Where is, oh, this one is beautiful. I love this one. So look at how pretty this is. It's got foiling on it. So we need that. And then we need, it looks like this. So these little leaves. Hi, Carolee. Where'd that leaf go? Here it is. Come on. 1, 2. These are delicate. 3, and then these 3 as well. 1, 2. Oh, I was going like, I lost a leaf, but it's right there. And 3. There it is again. All right, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I'll set that aside, and then it looks like we need this circle. And that's it for this one. So again, I'm going to set 2 of these card kits aside. And then, and there's these beautiful envelopes that go with it. So 1, 2. I sometimes use the envelopes when I'm doing scrapbooking. So I'm going to go ahead and take those and set those aside. And then last one is this wood one here. So I'm going to do the same thing and kind of separate this out. It looks like it has 3 of these leaves. 1, 2, 3. And it has this guy. So now we're emptying out this piece of paper. My trash is way over there. It's not very helpful. All right, so 1, 2, 3. 3 here. These are very pretty. So that's one more of those for this card. And then I love the paper pumpkin kits because it's kind of like brainless, mindless stamping. So like when you want to just sit down and have some fun and not have to think too much, you want to do a little stamping, but you don't really want to have, you don't either have a lot of time, maybe you only have like 20 minutes before it's bedtime, or, you know, maybe you just want to do something quick before you're running out the door for an appointment or something. These are really great because you can kind of sit down and do the projects quickly, and maybe you only make one set of the cards and you do the rest later, or, you know, there's lots of ways you can kind of make it work, but it's nice having it so that you don't have to think. And I like that because I have to do a lot of the thinking most of the time. So this is very helpful. Okay, so those are that card. So I'm going to go ahead and take these and put these aside. Yeah, they're very pretty. They got some foiling on them, all sorts of fun stuff. Okay, and then now I've got this pile of stuff to actually scrapbook with. And I don't necessarily keep it all together in the cards. I'm actually going to pull it apart now because I want to see all my little die cuts. I've got some pieces here, pieces there, some sentiment stuff here, some little die cuts. I think that's an extra one, and some leaves. So I'm thinking I want to make a little scrapbook page of some sort, and I love this. I'm gonna probably cut this in half and make it like I don't know, either a photo mat or some sort of feature. Maybe I won't cut it, I don't know, but I love it. So I want to use that. I'm going to put these to the side for a minute. And I pulled some paper, some 12 by 12 paper. And I'm hoping you guys will be able to see enough here. Let me see. Can I zoom out? I can. There we go. Just so you can maybe see a little bit more. I took a white piece, which this is actually vanilla, so the white's probably not going to work because all the stuff in here is, I mean, the edges and stuff are white, so it would probably be fine. But like the envelopes and the card bases, those are all vanilla. So I'm thinking maybe either the brown, I think the brown would be nice. I might use, this is, I think, pecan pie, or we could use the Cajun Craze, but I think I like the brown. Just keep it nice and neutral. So we'll use this as the base. Hi, Marcia. So I know I want to use this, and I'm just wondering, do I cut it in half, or do I use this as like a bigger photo mat? I think I'm gonna cut it in half, only because I don't really like having that line there. So I'm gonna cut it. So now you can't really see that line. And then like you could do them this way and do like a smaller photo so that like they still show, if that makes sense. Or we could even maybe do them this way and have the photos, or larger photo maybe in here. I don't have any photos printed at the moment, or I could do it with the photo, which would probably be easier. But I'm thinking maybe some photos in the middle, like maybe one here and here, and then those will be kind of on the side. That's kind of what I'm thinking. So I am gonna cut a piece of vanilla cardstock just to be a photo mat for me. Let me get some cardstock here. Oh, of course, my vanilla cardstock is not open, so let me bring it over here so I can open it on camera. We're super excited. We've been, as we all know, or maybe you might know if you've been following for a little bit, Nate and I got a new camper a couple of weeks ago, so we've been spending the nights putting all the stuff from the old camper into the new camper, which has been a project and a half. I might actually do this as a 5 1/4 by 7 1/4, so I might do this as a bigger picture. I might actually have a bigger picture of Nate and I, now that I think about it, but I don't know where it is, so I'm not going to try and find it at the moment. This is just going to be a placeholder for the photo. I'm actually not going to put this here, but I just want to see how the photo will work with this. So this will be the photo, So I'm thinking kind of along these lines, right? Maybe down a little bit. I just want to know where to stick this stuff. Or we could do, let's see, kind of along the sides here, like that. No, I think I like it the other way. We're gonna do this. So we'll do that. And like this. So this is gonna be where my photo is. Okay, and I wanna kind of space that out. I don't really think I want all of that white showing. So I could kind of cut it in strips maybe. I might do that actually. I might break these up and do, so this is 4 1/4, yeah. So 2 1/8 would be half. So I'm just gonna cut them in half. Hopefully I don't regret it. I'm just going with it today. Okay, but I'm thinking kind of like this. So I'm gonna have, and I could cut some of this off too, because it's kind of wasted underneath the picture. But then we'll do kind of right up to the top here and here. Like that. And then there we go. Okay. And then I'm thinking like maybe a little cluster back here, but I also feel like we should do a little stamping in the background. So something like that. And then we've got some, I think I like the little, this little leaf. I still don't know what that thing is. Does anybody know what that is? It's gotta be something I'm missing. Here, look. I love to do the paper pumpkin for scrapbooking. What is this? Does anybody know? It looks like a duck head to me, but it's gotta be something else. What is that? Somebody help me. Because I don't know what it is. I don't understand. But in the meantime, we're gonna go ahead and sometimes these kits stump me a little bit. I'm gonna use my Cajun Craze on Cajun Craze cardstock, so it'll be kind of tone on tone. Actually, you know what? This might not be Cajun Craze. Oh, it's not actually. I decided not to. I think I'm using the pecan pie. So, or it might actually be another color, but it's okay. It works, whatever color it is. We're gonna use the pecan pie. Let me just see. Yeah, it's definitely darker. So, I think it'll still be fine for me to stamp full strength on here. Is it a leaf? I don't know, maybe. It looks like it has an eye. Turning of an edge of a leaf, maybe. See? I see an eye and a duck bill. But I think you guys might be right. That might be like the stem. I don't know. I can't get a duck head out of my head. Go figure. So it's like one of those ink splot tests, and I'm failing. So I'm just gonna stamp some of these little leaves in the background here. I think I might only do maybe some like diagonally across, just to kind of fill in some space here. I don't want to take away from that pretty paper. Oh, look what I did. I didn't line it up right. There, look at that. I kind of fixed it. All right. And then maybe up this way, we'll do one here. And here. So anyway, we've been packing up the camper. It's been super fun, but we're also like, I don't know where to put anything because we're not really sure where we're going to be looking for stuff. And it's like quickly filling up and not having enough space for all the things. So obviously our last camper, if you're not a big camper, you might not be obvious actually, but it was a pop-up. So there was a lot of like pull it down and store it kind of thing when we were traveling. So like we had a lot of bins and the bins would just get stuck on the floor. And then once we got to the site, we would have to kind of pull everything out, set it all up, like organize it all once we got there. But the cool part is with our new camper, we don't need to do that, but we're trying to figure out how to get everything set up so that it makes sense. You see the duck head too? Good. I'm glad it's not just me, because I'm like, I see a duck head. So apparently our ink splot tests would be similar, Deb. All right, so I've got that. I'm liking this so far, but I kind of want to do maybe a cluster or two. So I'm thinking like these leaves would be really good. So if we kind of, and you know what? Because I don't want to get stuck with, oh, I got to pull it all apart and tape it all down. I'm going to start taping these things down right now because I'm just going to commit today. We're just going to go with it. I'm not going to fuss because I don't have a lot of time. So I can't fuss. All right, so that's that. Then I'm going to do this side. Just kind of a little bit of tape here. And a little bit there. Oh, I went too far. We'll pull it out a little bit. Oh, but now that side's even. And the other side was not. I'm going to move this one out just a little bit. Just so. That. And that. And then now I'm going to do this because it's picking up. All right. So it's been fun, but it's been a lot of extra work trying to get everything sorted and put away, and then also doing the regular packing and getting all, because the dog comes with us to Freiburg, so she'll be with us, and she needs all of her things. She has her own bin. She has a bin with her toys and her treats and her food and her leashes and her coats. We actually haven't packed her little, she has a little Halloween candy corn costume that we have not packed yet. So I'm thinking I'm going to do that. Although, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about this, I'm setting this up as the vertical photo, and the photo I'm thinking of is not vertical. It's actually horizontal. But I don't think that will... Well, I guess we could still do that. I don't like it as much, so we're going to just pretend it's vertical, and I will have to find a different picture. All right. So I'm thinking kind of like this. Pop. Oh, come on. Pop like that. These can go underneath because they're kind of big, so they'll be noticeable. And then maybe one of these kind of popped up over the photo. I really wish I had the photo printed because it will make my life easier, but it's okay. We'll just make the cluster go like this. Kind of like that, maybe. Or maybe even like this. Yeah, I like that. So it kind of is a little frame for the photo. And then we'll stick that kind of to that with a glue dot. And then we can maybe put this here and some twine. And that would be one little cluster. Oh, I could do that probably. Rotate the entire page so that it's horizontal. I could do that. Look at that. See? But now my cluster is sideways. So let's do this. Good plan, Diane. Let's do this. But I feel like, see, now I feel like it needs to go over there more, but maybe what I'll do is do another smaller photo here. I have this piece here, so maybe I'll do that. Just because I don't love seeing that in there. But that covers it enough. And then we can do this. Come on, up here. This is why it's good to crowdsource scrapbooking, right? And I think sometimes, like, it's funny when you're sitting, like, right on top of it, like, of course I am. It's sometimes harder to see the obvious, like whether or not that's a duck head. You guys obviously saw a leaf, a turning leaf, several of you did, so clearly it's because I'm too close to the subject. All right, and then like I might put this one here. Oops. And I did actually make these so that they could be photo mats, because this is 5 1/4 by 7 1/4. I have no idea what this was. It was just sitting on my table. But I could just make my pictures, like actually tape these down so they'd be more mats, so that then I could actually tape some stuff down. And I might actually do that. But see, like these are white. but it's gonna work. Is there anything in the, it just says thinking of you, and with thanks, sending autumn wishes your way. So this one doesn't have a lot of necessary or sentiments that I would necessarily use for scrapbooking, but I'm sure I have something in my stash. So there, we got two little clusters, and maybe we put that down here like that. Okay, I like it, I like it. It looks like it's crooked to me right now, but it could just be because I'm looking at a distance. So I'm going to go ahead and start to tape some of this stuff down. I love doing little clusters, because especially with the paper pumpkin kits, because there's always some really unique like die cuts and stuff. So it just makes it so easy, because I don't have to sit here and die cut things. It's already all done for me. I just pop it out of the paper and it's good to go. And I think I am going to just leave these pieces here so that I can have photo mats, and I'll have to figure out pictures that fit in it. We've done a lot of like apple picking and fall hikes. Nate and I went to Maine, I think it was 2020 actually, and we did a hike in the woods, and it was like super pretty and colorful, so I might use that for this. We've got, that's the big picture I have, so I can probably put that in here. And then I'm sure there's like some other, I know we took some other pictures that weekend too, so I'll just put one of those in there. And then maybe I can put like some journaling down here. I can obviously, I'll have to find the date. I can put the date and stuff in here. And we'll be good. We did a, as a demonstrator, we actually had, and I haven't watched all of them yet, but we had a scrapbooking takeover in our demonstrator party planning place, or demonstrator planning place or something. And it's like just a Facebook group for demonstrators. And yesterday they did a takeover with like for 24 hours of just all scrapbooking topics. And it was really fun to kind of watch some of the stuff, just because like that was where I started. You guys, when I first started with Stampin' Up, I was a huge scrapbooker. Like that's what I loved to do. It's still what I love to do. And I very rarely do it. So it just kind of reignited all my favorite things about scrapbooking. And so I think that's probably why I was like, let's make a scrapbook page today, because I'm missing the time that I used to always have to do that. So I think I need to make that more of a priority. So that's going to go like right here. I don't want to stick it onto this, because I want to be able to stick the photo down once I find it. So one of my tricks for that is I'm going to use some mini glue dots, and I can attach the one that's up here, and maybe even, I don't know, we'll see where it lands, maybe even the ones on the leaves. But what's good about using dimensionals over a mat is that now I can have it positioned here, right? I'm not going to attach any of this bottom part. I'll attach this one just so it's in place. But then once I put the photo in, so this is attached, right? This is kind of loose. I can put the photo in, then I take the dimensionals off and stick it down on top of the photo once it's there. So if you do photos in advance, like I sometimes do, that's just a helpful way to kind of keep the position, because I've been known in the past to sort of lay it all out, and then I'm like, oh, I'll attach it once I get the photos in there, and then like it's months before I put the photos in there, and I don't remember what my plan was. So this is just a really good way to make sure you don't forget the plan, because it's already secured. You just, yeah, I did it like this, like that. I can actually do both of these because it doesn't actually overlap the picture at all. I can tuck it underneath, and then this one is going to go here, and then this was going to kind of be there. So again, I'm going to put little dimensionals like right here and here. I will attach those, and then I'll put one at the top too, but I'm not going to attach that one. All right, so then we can do, and I should really write like all the details like before I put this down, because it's going to be hard. Oh no, I did it right. That way I get it up. Like, I should write all of this first, but I don't. I don't know where the picture is, and I will have to write on this, but technically, you would probably want to find the photo and get all your writing down before you actually put dimensionals on it, just because it can make it a little trickier to attach that way, but I like to live on the edge a little bit, and I'm just going to put dimensionals here so it evens it out. These I can take off because they're not going to interfere with the photo at all. It's going to kind of just be along the border. Like that. And then, because I can, and because I love linen thread, I'm going to actually take some of this. I do have some, what's this one? We have the copper, but I feel like the brown is better. We could use the green. There's not really a lot of green in here, though. I'm going to just stick with the traditional, like, natural linen thread, and I'm just going to do a bow here. An air bow, as I like to call it, and sort of get that all tied up, and then we'll turn that off, and we'll use a glue dot, and we'll attach that. I'm going to attach it up here with that first cluster, like that. There we go. And I could, if I had thought of it, like wrap it around here, would have been cute too. Like if you wrap it around this layer and maybe have it tie like here or here, that would have been cute too, but I already taped that down. See, this is the problem with taping before you've finished, right? And then I'm thinking maybe like in here, I can do like a little, because this will have photos on it. I'm thinking I'll do like a little piece here. Let's see, what is that? Like maybe like 1.5 inches by 5-ish, maybe a little more than 5. And then that can be like a little journaling spot too, just to kind of get some more info down about the trip. We did a lot of traveling in we did a lot of camping, I should say, in 2020, because most of the campgrounds were open, but there wasn't a lot of people at them because everybody was kind of staying home. So it was a way for us to get away without actually needing to be around people. So it worked really well. So now I can put my photos in here. I can add some journaling here. Maybe even like a strip of, like if I have excess room, I could use a little strip of the coordinating envelope or something down here just to kind of decorate, or maybe like cut out some of the leaves, you know. So there's lots of things I can do to kind of spruce this up a little bit and add the journaling and stuff, but there's the base of it. So I just took my paper pumpkin supplies and turned it into a scrapbook page, which is one of my favorite things to do, because sometimes, like, I like making the cards and having the cards ready, but sometimes this is just more useful for me. I've got a huge backlog of photos, so this is a great way for me to do a quick and easy page that I don't really have to think much about, but it comes out really cute. So there you have it. That is a scrapbooking page for you in today's Thursday Throwdown. Thank you so much for joining me. Sorry for being a few minutes late. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will see you all real soon. Bye for now.